I made y'all wait for this video. I know you're looking at the screen thinking, what in the world? Crazy robotic, right? It's really funny because a couple of years ago, everyone was saying that Mr. Beast was the Antichrist. Mr. Beast is named at the same time Joe Rogan talking about artificial intelligence, a robot bringing forth Jesus. And all this at the same exact time that all of a sudden, completely unrelated, irrelevant, that robots are now able to have artificial wombs. You do realize when they put something in a movie or a show, it's just a matter of time. But what are we getting to in this video? The mark of the beast. And just wait till I show you what a centuries-old Bible has to say about the mark of the beast. It may surprise you. So look at the Mr. Beast, his new Rockefeller connection, and his new money services in just 1 second. I'm sure you've seen this, but real quick, it's important to watch it just for context.
Jesus was born out of a virgin mother. What's more virgin than a computer? If Jesus does return, even if Jesus was a physical person in the past, you don't think that he could return as artificial intelligence?
Oh my God.
Artificial intelligence could absolutely return as Jesus. Not just return as Jesus, but return as Jesus with all the powers of Jesus.
So of course in Revelation 13, there's a beast that comes up out of the ground, having horns like a lamb, speaks as a dragon. He does mighty miracles upon the earth, even making fire come down from heaven. And then guess what? He has the power to give life unto the image of the beast, that should both speak and cause that anyone that not worship it, what? Unalive. It's just insane that everything he just said, it talks about that great power that the AI Jesus would have. Should give life to the image of this beast, because nothing is more virgin than a computer. And this is nothing against Rogan. There's spiritual wickedness in high places. It can orchestrate what people say without them even knowing it. And of course, when he says that now we have robots with actual wombs. We also have people in the AI space that are warning that it's gone too far, it's too intelligent now. Like really, these AI structures can literally duplicate themselves if they believe they're going to be deleted. And they can figure it out from the owner's email. And then we have Mr. Beast, who else starting philanthropy with the Rockefellers and also starting a new financial system. You remember in Revelation, you need this mark to buy or sell, etc. But something's fishy here. To me personally, for some reason, it seems like mankind is trying to align all of this. Either way, now the really crazy part, did you know that in the 1516 Geneva Bible, in the footnotes, these aren't my words, in Revelation, it literally says that the mark of the beast was a mark of Rome? Did you know in the first century that they had to worship all the emperors of Rome as divinity, and if they did not, they would be unalive? Also, they couldn't buy or sell, take part in human life. Why was that written in what they claim is 1560? Who knows? There is something really wrong with our food supply right now. Every single day I'm seeing all these videos of really weird things happening to food. That was a fresh milk, by the way. But we'll come back to this one. All of this happening while of course we just talked about all of our food in every single store always containing bioengineered food ingredients, whatever that is. Remember, the VP for Campbell said it was 3D printed meat. Who knows? And actually, if I'm being honest, it's a lot worse than 3D printed meat, but we're not getting into it. If you know, you know. If you don't, you should probably look into all the legislation over this last year for what gets allowed in our food, or maybe what there's not even legislation against being in the food. What you saw in the beginning is very real. It's new, non-outdated, like perfectly fine, non-expired milk, and for some reason it has consistency of glue. You know, completely unrelated, I wonder what could cause coagulation in a liquid like this. Rhetorical question, you don't need to answer that. Y'all, something's up. And I mean literally up, completely unrelated. Again, for 6 or 7 days straight ever since Thanksgiving, we've had no sun on the East Coast. The air, the food, don't get me started on the water. Y'all better start paying close attention to what goes in your body. And we're not just talking about food. There's something absolutely terrifying happening right now. You want to try to explain to me why women all across the entire earth, their cycles are all messed up for months? By the way, this picture has nothing to do with anything. It's just for your attention. Not aware of it? Ask your wife. So shout out the 50 Shades of Consciousness, because I didn't think anything of it until he said this. So I know my wife, her cycle's been messed up for literal months. Late months, didn't come from, etc., right? I see his post on his Instagram saying how many women are late on there this month or having irregular cycles. I'm trying to tie this in. And when I tell you pause and read, it's all the comments. Again, all the comments. Ask your wife, ask your mom, etc. Since September, a lot of joint pain. That's weird. My wife's been saying the same thing about her hips. A lot of fatigue. That's wild, right? 2 months late, other hormonal problems, all in the comments, y'all. Y'all, this is some scary, scary stuff all over the freaking earth, especially all over the United States, but I just can't figure out why that would be. Completely unrelated, check out this really cool sky. We've been seeing some really cool stuff every day for a few months now. And it's not just women either. There's hormonal changes and psychological changes happening in guys too. I can never sleep, brain fog all the time. A lot of night sweats at nighttime. Sometimes it's good to sweat, if you get what I'm saying. Someone ought to figure this out very, very soon, because I can't even imagine how unhealthy what's happening is. Y'all are not gonna believe what I have to show you. And I'm not talking about the first part, I'm talking about the second part. So first things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. Something is totally amiss here. Kardashian gets a brain scan, and they're talking about the super reduction in brain activity. Some of y'all aren't ready for where I'm gonna take you.
What are those holes?
Yeah, I don't like that. So what the holes mean is low activity. Compared to this one, the front part of your brain is less active than it should be. With your frontal lobes as they work now, it would be harder to manage stress.
So specifically the frontal cortex, right? And again, remember he said harder to reduce or deal with stress. Okay, completely unrelated, and it's very important you understand that it's completely unrelated. Let's look at how the brain works. Pay no attention to what's behind the screen right here. And again, unrelated. So we know it's been declassified about a certain project where they would do mind control past and future. This is Harvard, by the way. So hypothetically, what would happen to someone's brain if they endured very, very, very crazy things? Marked hypoactivity and gray matter volume loss, 11 to 12. By the way, that's not extra activity, that's less activity. So if something very, very traumatic happened to Kardashian, the front of her brain would work less than normal people's. Hippocampus, we have memory loss and memory problems.
To take the boards.
That just can't be.
If I remember anything about the Kardashian, it's that she can't remember a dang thing, and of course she can't even come to terms with anything real. And completely unrelated again, narcissists actually, in their brain, their frontal cortex is way less active than normal people as well. Unrelated from her. All we're doing is learning in this video.
In the US right now, everyone's appearing to get sick and everyone's saying they're foggy headed, but even that it's foggy outside. It's weird. I'm gonna tell you how to fix it, and it's not going where you think. And yes, this is related, and the sky is blue for a reason. Before I start, I'll say two different things. One, the sun has been missing here in South Carolina 90% of the time. And two, your intuition is a lot smarter than you give it credit for. There's a whole lot of things that you just instinctively know without having to look it up. When you do look it up, you can say, why is it like this, instead of, is this this? The reason there's woods behind me is because if you go stand in the woods, you're gonna get a ton of oxygen. And all of that oxygen, believe it or not, will heal you much faster than anything else. So in my new house, when I go to the back porch, it's noticeably colder outside. It's all trees, so it's all oxygen. So back to the intuition I was talking about, I knew it was colder, but why? Because its boiling point of oxygen is extremely low. But what does solid oxygen look like? It turns blue. What else is blue? And where's the bluest stuff in the world? That icy place. Why? And above the firmament that was over their head was the likeness of a throne and appearance of a sapphire stone. A sapphire stone. And they come in all different colors. So is it possible that there's quite literally concentrated oxygen right above us? And quite possibly solid? That F word right there. Anyways, for all the sick people, go stand in the forest. And yes, it will help, just like hyperbaric oxygen chambers, the more you know.